What's up guys, welcome back to Sideways Garage. I'm Jake. In this video we'll be installing the roll cage as well as a couple other little things in the RX8. So let's get right into it. Alright, first things first, got the roll cage here. It is from Cage Kits. It's super awesome. They make these for literally like almost every car. They also come with these like etched lines here. You can kind of see if you can see it. I'll show it in more detail a little later. That shows where the cage goes in the car, so that's pretty cool. And then for other stuff, I've also got a steering wheel and a non-stop tuning, quick release, and hub. I'll go ahead and show you that steering wheel. It's super cool. Got it here. Super cool. It's the leather yellow accents, and I also got it signed by Kyle Mohan himself, which is super awesome. I'm super excited about that. Kind of a huge fan of him, obviously. I mean, he drifts in RX8 in Formula Drift, so yeah, super big inspiration. So got that signed by him. And then a closer look at the quick release here and the hub. Fits any Mazda, I think. They're super cool. You should check them out. So yeah, let's get this garage open and start fitting the cage and the wheel in the RX8. Alright, so just a quick update on where we are on the car. I went ahead and finished taking out the door panels and the dash, and then I also got the headliner out, and the carpet. That's about all there was. Between the two videos wasn't much interesting, so I just went ahead and did that off camera. So first I'm going to measure from here to the bottom so I know where about the stock steering wheel was. And then I'm going to mount the aftermarket steering wheel, find the difference, and that way when I... Alright, so the steering wheel's at about 18.5 inches off the ground, and then from the door here, under the handle, we're at about 7.25 inches. So that's about where the steering wheel is now. Get her off, get it changed out. Alright, so I'm an idiot. I forgot to press record. I got the steering wheel off. A guy named Danmo, I think 349, I'll leave a link in the description to his video. Hammer and brute force worked for me, worked for him, so yeah. Now I think I just have to take the clock spring off, a couple other little things to get the quick release on, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, that's on a little bit, and we'll get this nut on there. And the impact. And then I'm going to look up a torque spec for that because I don't want my steering wheel falling off. So find that out real quick. Looks like the torque is around 30 pounds. So sets the torque wrench to 30 pounds. Okay. Torqued-ish. I feel safe, so should be good. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw the quick release on. Alright, now the easiest part of this whole install is just clicking it on. There we go. We've got ourselves a quick release. Snazzy. Alright, so since I got that quick release put on, I took down the steering column and I'm gonna get this bar out. That's the last thing I need to take out before we actually put the roll cage in, so I'm gonna get that out real quick and then we'll move on to the roll cage. Quick little update. Mazda seriously has a death wish putting this bolt here. I can't move the door at all, but technically this bolt is out enough that this bar will come out. So I'm gonna take the bolt out that much, take the bar out, push the bolt back in, because I'm not taking my doors off. Seems like a lot of work. So there's another bolt over there. Hopefully it's the same deal where I can keep the door on. and then we'll have this bar out. That took so freaking long. There's literally a bolt there, 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 and there's one in the back there. That one's kind of hard to see, and you see that little clip there, you'd think, oh, you know, the bolt will come in from the top here, you can get it. No, around the back. Yeah, see that there? My little extension on an extension on a swivel, yeah, that's what I had to do. This car's lucky I didn't light it on fire. And then for the grand finale, I was almost done. This clip here, same thing. You'd think, oh, bolt could go through this way. Nope, comes in this way. It's awful. It's horrible. And this has so far been the worst thing I've ever done on this car. And I've taken the transmission out 4 separate times. So I'd rather do that all again than take this stinking dash bar out again. And now, finally, rip this thing open. Start looking at all the pieces, see where it goes, all that good stuff. Let's get to it. I've got the main hoop figured out. That's how those pieces go. This is the rear hoop, so that goes behind that. These are all the driver's side bars. Those are the dash bar and the main, the bar that runs like there. That's what that bar is. Over there, I've got the passenger side bars. And then I've also got the plates, got all the metal ground for where those are gonna go. There's the other plate. This one goes like that. And then I also actually found the sheet that explains what every piece is. So you can kind of see here, it says what every bar is. And these numbers here are on all the bars. So for example, hoop diagonal here is 1013. So if I take a look, this is the hoop diagonal. It has, it says here, RX8 1013. So, yep, that's kind of how that goes. I think I'm going to tack this in place on the ground just so I get all those in the right spots, I think. And then we'll put it in the car, do the rear part so that way I can figure out the angle of the hoop bar, the main hoop, and then I'll tack in the top bar, door bars, and then there's something called intrusion bars that go all the way up to the firewall. So I've got to figure out how those mount here pretty shortly. So yeah, that's what I'm doing next, getting this in, shoot a little time lapse of that. So let's get that going. That's that side in. I'm gonna quickly do the other side, and then I think I'll do this top bar and then the door bars. All right, so I think I'm gonna call it a night here. I got the dash bar tacked in. Got these main bars tacked in. I got this back brace backed in, tacked in, Jesus. And then this bar goes up there, but I'm not 100% sure how, so I messaged them and asked them for a little picture in their CAD file on how the heck that goes in there. So once I get that, I'll put that in there. So I just don't want to install it wrong because it seems like a pain in the butt to fix. So next step after I get that tacked in is, I think what I do is I take this brace out and then I just kind of put a ratchet strap there and there and there and there, and then pull the cage in and it'll kind of fall to the floor. And then I can weld the top parts, because right now there's no way you're getting a welder in there to weld those top parts. So I will do that tomorrow. But yeah, calling it a night. So see you in 3 seconds. All right, it's the next day. You can tell because it's bright outside. It was about 11 o'clock when I quit last night. So I went ahead, gave them a call, figured out how to get this ceiling bar in. They also gave me a little advice on fitting the door bars in. Their advice was a mallet. So I hammered it in. I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the other side. So yeah, roll cage is coming along nicely. Just have a couple more bars to tack in, and then we will take this, see if I can get it to focus there, we'll take this diagonal bar out, and then we'll squeeze the sides together, that side and that side, and then what that'll do is it'll make the cage fall from this lip here down to the floor, and that'll let me weld in the top sides. So let's go ahead, get that other side fitted, and keep on moving. Alright, I'm not sure how well this is showing up, but they sent me this picture here to kind of help with, this is the roof bar, so I didn't really understand how it went in, but they sent me this picture, so now I get how it goes in, and I'm going to install that in there real quick.
2 hours later.
Okay, I got this upper bar in. It took a lot of work. There's a ratchet strap behind me that's holding that side in, and then I just hammered the crap out of it. I also used these plates. I put them up here to stop this bar from going up because it liked to pop on top of this bar, so I put that there to stop it from doing that, but now the bar's in. And then there's these little gusset pipes. Those go kind of right up here. They connect this upper bar with this bar here, so I'm going to go ahead and tack all this in. And then there's just a couple more things to tack in, and then we'll be putting this cage down and welding the whole bottom wall. I actually have to weld a little bit more, just so that way it doesn't fall apart. And then I have to take out this diagonal part, because there's no way to squeeze it with this diagonal in. So diagonal's got to come out. This has to be tacked in, a little bit more welding, and then we can drop it. So let's get this tacked real quick and do the rest of that. Alright, so the cage is almost ready to be dropped. I just have to take out these bars like I said, but I just want to show you guys something crazy. This cage is not attached on any of these base plates. It's not even tacked in. And if I shake this, it doesn't go anywhere. It literally doesn't move at all. It's crazy. This thing is like super, super tight. They really don't mess around when they say it's a super tight cage kit. I've also got the little gussets welded in like I was talking about before. There it is, right there, over there, and one more right there. So let's go ahead and get this cage down and then start welding the top. Alright, so I've released the tension on the ratchet straps because I'm calling it a night, but I finished welding all the top pieces. Tomorrow I will lower it back down and start painting it. You'll see the color in like 2 seconds, so see ya in the morning. Alright, back with day 3. I'm going to get the car wrapped up and ready to paint the top portion here. So I'm gonna wrap like the inside of the roof, the window, all the dash stuff, and put something there just so I don't get paint everywhere, and on the back window. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and then we will take a look at what color I'm painting it. so it's been actually a couple days because I had to let the paint dry, did some sanding, and then, you know, touched up the paint. But I got some of the car unwrapped the roof and the front window, and then got the cage back up on its stands in all four corners, and then in the back. So next, I'm going to probably put the door bars in, give it a little tack. Or maybe I'll do the diagonal first. Yeah, I'll do the diagonal first, and then I'll put the door bars in, and then we'll get rolling from there. Okay, now I can do some welding. Small fire, nothing to worry about. Don't know if the camera caught that, but sometimes the sound deadening likes to just catch on fire, so nothing to worry about. Alright, door bars. Go grab those and see if they still fit. Something interesting is happening. Last time I had to use a mallet to get this door bar to fit in. Now there's about a ½ inch gap when I hold it up to one bar. So I'm gonna have to use a ratchet strap and just kind of squeeze them together a little bit, and then tack them in. So yeah, gonna get a little ratchet strap set up, move you back here, and then squeeze this bar in. So got a ratchet strap. Let's go ahead and go around here. So now that bar's in there pretty sturdy, and now I'll just tack it in real quick. Go ahead and do the same for the other side, and yeah, continue on. So I've got the lower door bar in on both sides. I've got the diagonal tacked in, and now working on the dash bar. So what I've got set up here is, this is actually the original dash bar. So I just cut it on this end and on this end because this half of the original dash bar is actually the same size tubing as this. So this already actually shrinks down to that size. So I cut it there, and now I've got it sized up here. It's still loose, nothing's tacked in yet. But now I'm going to throw my seat in, throw the steering wheel on, and then we will make sure it's in the right spot, make sure all the pedals and everything feel right. And then I'll tack it in there, and then I'll weld around that whole ring and weld what I can over here, and I think that should be plenty strong enough to hold it in. I might drill a hole in here, throw a bolt in, but honestly I think that weld and the top half of that will be more than enough. It's just kind of an extra safety measure. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw the seat in and see how this all fits. So that all feels really good where it's at. So I'm going to go ahead and tack it, and bonus feature, I get to keep the adjustability of the steering wheel up and down. So if I ever feel like it's not quite at the right spot, I can still adjust it a little bit. So yeah, that feels pretty good. Let's go ahead and tack it in. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. If I sound a little bit different, that's because my microphone died. Going to be finishing up putting the dash in and this upper door bar, and then finish painting it. So I've got the dash right here, kind of working on how I'm going to get that connected. Still got a couple things unpainted, so that's going to be done in the next video also, as well as getting the interior put back together. Some of it, what I'm putting back in. So don't miss out on that video. It's coming up next week. We upload weekly videos about the 2J swapped BMW. Gonna be RX7 swapping this car, so that's super exciting. So yeah, just make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any of those videos, and I'll see you next time.